And our next VOD is going to be from Conrado, from Conrad. I'm excited. We'll pull this up real quick. It is going to be a console VOD. Ooh, console VODs are fun. Okay, so this is, hi to you. I really hope I'm doing this right. It's the first time I upload a video on YouTube on my own, and I've done it from console, so I really hope it's all in the rules. No, you're all good. Don't worry. I think it has no sound from the conversations as I'm writing the video's rendering, but I'll only be able to watch it later, but I'm talking, making callouts when I can. It's just that I think the sound isn't captured on console. Not sure why. Yes, a couple other people had mentioned that too. I'm not sure why that happens. I'm a console Rhine Diva Silver, 1538 at the time of the video, peak 1897. Matt played as Numbani. Maybe I should wait to submit videos as I've been watching your stream and Jane's and have been able to identify many of the mistakes I often make myself, and I'm working on improving. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. I learned to shield up with Ryan and the basics of fighting with barriers and have learned how to slide Diva's ult on walls and stuff. Ooh, awesome. I used to be bronze around 900 and have climbed all the way to silver, almost gold in the last 2 weeks. My current win rate this season is 58%. I used to main Diva, but as I learned my way around Ryan, I realized I often have more impact on fights with him than with Diva. Mostly because most Ryans in bronze or silver are absolute trash, and people who play other characters and are filling in and don't really know how to play with him. So in a Ryan fight, I can usually farm the opponent. So I'm a Ryan main this season, at least for now. I usually feel like I can carry games even if my team is bad, but as I climb, of course, games have become harder and I've lost that huge impact I had on them. On this particular game, I felt absolutely helpless as my team couldn't even take first point. I've dropped some SR in the last days, and I believe it's a matter of time till I get to gold, and I would rather send you my videos then, when maybe I've advanced things. I have more advanced things to learn. That said, I don't know how long it will take for me to get there or how long I can afford to support your stream. I'm sorry I'm broke. Hey, I love you regardless. Thank you so much. So I'm taking my chances while I'm a sub. Please be brutal with me. I know I deserve some tough love here. Would love your help. Thank you in advance. P.S. Love your stream. Oh, comrade, thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart. Oh, okay. We'll make it a good one, I believe. If you're playing on PS4, you can set your video recorder to record your voice. Ooh, good to know for the console players in chat. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be taking a look at Numbani. Oh, I need to update the thingy. We're taking a look at Reinhardt at 1538, so 1500. Okay. Let's see. What comp do we end up with? Okay. Wow, plat border's pretty. I want it. I want the plat border real bad. It's so cute. Okay, so we are going to be running Ryan Zarya, Moira Zenyatta, Hanzo Mei. So it's going to be an interesting comp. We do have a couple of good synergies that we can work around. Is this the most meta team comp in the world? No. But you know what? We've at least arrived at a 2-2-2, which is a lot more than I expect at the lower ranks. So, you know, we're in a good place. We're in a good starting point. And we actually have like a main healer and an off healer. A main healer who's actually going to be able to help every single one of our teammates, since no one is really going to be playing at distance except for our Hanzo, who's going to have the help of a Zenyatta. So, like, is this the most meta comp in the world? No. Does it need to be the most meta comp in the world in order to win a game in silver? I don't think so. I think we can work with this. I think this is very workable. I would even go as far as to call it good. Oh, with this comp, sorry, I had to stop and take a sip because my throat is already getting dry. We basically want to move as a big slow blob and try and attack things together. So I think if we open up stat banana here, clear entire surface. Delete. Delete. Okay, I think what I would want to do here, right, is I would want to do the strat of old, where you go through the top and use the Mei wall somewhere to try and split somebody, or I'd want to go through bottom and either rotate into the top hallway, rotate into the top this way, or rotate onto point. Ideally, I think that's the best you can do with this kind of comp. Deathball now renamed slow moving blob. Well, this is a slow moving blob because you don't have a Lucia. So you are just a slow moving blob. So you're definitely making calls. We don't know what you're saying, Unlucky, but you're making calls, presumably to go, looks like top right. Miss on the fire strike there. I think I wouldn't have even tried to throw it because they're gonna retreat. But if you are gonna throw a fire strike across the map like that, best to aim it where people are going to be peeking. It gives you a higher likelihood that you're actually going to be able to hit it, or that someone will peek it again. So rather than having your crosshair positioned, give me back this guy. Rather than having your crosshair positioned here at the bus, throw it here at this corner where the Rein or someone else is a little bit more likely to peek. So this is good. We're taking the top. Their Reaper is hanging out by himself over there. And it sounds like they have a Bastion in the bottom corner. Your Mei walled him off. Oh! You almost pinned him, but either the wall came down or she broke it. That's a feels bad. I was gonna say, when you have a Mei wall like this, you can actually go for the aggressive pin, like, as soon as you see this, where the Bastion is just, like, shredded through half of the shield. You either want to go for the aggressive pin, like, right away before the rest of the wall comes down. I think it did just get broken just because the Bastion had already broken it. Or you want to establish a position along the corner here so that, like, the Mei who's with you can get within shooting distance of the Bastion who's hiding behind. Versus Bastion as Rein kind of sucks because you either have to put yourself into, like, flanky positions where you can hit a charge on him, or you have to buy space and hope that your teammates kill him. But there's very little that you can do versus a Reinhardt. Versus a Bastion as Reinhardt.
Hi, how are you?
Shihiro, thank you so much. 2 months in a row. Welcome back. I'm doing good. Hopefully you're doing awesome. We're doing viewer VOD reviews again today. And we're forced to reset because our team kind of walked in 1v1. So it looks like you're calling for a regroup here. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be very hard for you to do a lot on Reinhardt versus the Bastion if your team doesn't follow and listen to you, and if they don't focus him, because there's very little you can do to win that 1v1. Ooh, looks like we're gonna take Coast. Interesting. You're heading to bed, Crunch? Have a good night. Okay, don't get booped here. Oh, that's not the charge I would go... Okay, never... Well... that's not the charge I would go for, but I guess. Because now you're going to be kind of out of position. This Bastion is shooting at you from the top. Oh, and I actually think you would have wanted to stay in the corner just because you can hear him shooting above you. So, that was weird. That was a weird thing to experience, to see. Yeah, that was a bonobo charge. A bonobo charge that worked out, but at what cost? The cost was you. So I think here at this point, like, if your team isn't gonna listen to you, I pick a different tank that's more equipped for dealing with a Bastion, in which case that would be like a Roadhog or a Diva, because it's gonna be hard for you as an individual to do a lot here. Again, watch for these boops, because he's gonna look to boop you. He missed it. He beat himself! What an asshole! Wait, your shield's big. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, never mind. Your brain is also massive. You didn't go to charge yourself off the map. Too bad he Wraith and then popped out of Wraith and killed your Zarya, but you know what? That's not necessarily on you. I don't think you're doing any, like, you're not making anything, you're not making, like, terrible mistakes as Ryan. It's just that this is, like, this is a situation where as Reinhardt, you don't have a lot of power here unless you can, like, get a flank shatter. Like, you really just have limited control here. As a Reinhardt player into a Bastion, there's just, I think even in CarQ puts out the one tip for every hero. I think in both the Winston video that was with XQC and the Reinhardt video, was that with, who was that with? Okay, it was Clone Man. They both just say fuck Bastion because there's very little that like those two tanks can do. Oh, it's so big. It's so sad that it comes so late though. But it was so big. I'm so sad. And it comes when your team is dead also. Or like is not in position because your Zarya's dead here. I'm so sad. With Clone Man? Yeah, chat, you're right. I should have just looked at chat instead of Googling it. What's wrong with me? Not more sad than I was? Yeah, fair. Well, I went too far back. Right, so your Hanzo's dead. Your Zarya's gonna get owned. You go for the brave big man charge. Like, you just don't have follow-up to this shatter because people are dead. So, I think the only way, like, this is just an unfortunate example of versus Bastion, you don't have a lot of control as Reinhardt. You just really don't. Actually, Clone Man's tip is to do a short charge against Bastion. If you have to charge from over 15 meters away, a Zarya Bubble or Diva Matrix will help keep you alive. I agree, but I think, like, yeah, I agree. Your only real way you can have impact versus Bastion is, right, like, you hit a charge on him or you hit a flank shatter. And, like, in a situation where you can't reliably count on a bubble or, like, a Diva Matrix to ensure that you land the charge, your only hope is a flank shatter. And to farm a shatter and go for a flank shatter. Thank you, Brandon 1080 for the follow. Welcome. And that's why I say, like, unfortunately, like, Roadhog or Diva is the better pick here to sort of, like, deal with the Bastion as an individual. Oh, you got him! You're actually massive. This is so winnable now. Oh, I would spam I need healing. Oh, you have to get healing there. That's such a feels bad. That's such a big pin. No, team, please. Oh, the sacrifice is so great. But at what cost, dude? Every time I hear that thing of your bot, I get reminded of those videos from Heya Kim Music. I love his videos. Oh, that's so sad. They did let him pin the Bastion, but I mean, in Silver, I'm not surprised that that pin hit. I'm just sad that, like, team let you die for your sacrifice. Okay. Looks like we're gonna be running a Bastion of our own. In which case, I would actually rather an Orisa if we're playing Protect the Bastion. I think Rhine in the current meta on Numbani is kind of weak overall, but, you know, if we're gonna do what we gotta do. At least you've got a Zarya to back you up. We're gonna run triple DPS with a solo healing Mercy. I don't know. We're gonna run double main support, so I would definitely run an Orisa here instead of a Reinhardt, just so that they can. No, don't switch off Mercy, dude. I think that's the first time someone other than you has, like, talked in the team chat. I'm kind of sad. Because I can see you talking. Chihiro, I'm sad. I'm sad to hear you had a tough time on NA. It feels bad. Chihiro, I'm disappointed in this I'm disappointed. I'm sorry, hun. You deserve better. Who did you expect? It's Silver on console? You know what? Anybody can be a god. People thought DSP Stanky way back in the day didn't deserve GM, and he came on PC and did it again. This is really aggressive positioning, by the way. Like, really aggressive. I know you're going for the Fire Strike here, but I would actually, like, if you're gonna go for the Fire Strike, I'd actually do it from the other side of the bus and just chuck it into their spawn. What you can do is you can stand here, or even like a little further, like somewhere in here, and you can just throw it at their spawn door and then immediately walk away for the free charge. And if you're gonna do that and you have a Mercy, ask for her to damage boost you. They just let a D.Va fly in on a D.Va just flew in on your Bastion. Good job peeling for him. But you can see that, like, the D.Va almost killed him. I would tell your team if you saw that Reaper TP. I don't know if that's what you're saying. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Good kill on the Zarya here, and good job shield hopping back. So far, so good. It's a winnable game. You almost have Shatter already. I would actually look to get in position and like think about where you want to Shatter from. And it looks like their D.Va is top. Oh, you have an Orisa. Double shield tank. Interesting. And you have triple DPS and a solo healing Ana. This is so weird. Oh god, spam need healing. Spam it. Good job shield hopping back though. I'm really proud of you. But now you need to figure out how you're gonna get to your... Where's your Ana? Oh, she hit you with an nade! No! Don't turn around! Don't face tank with your back when you have the Risa shield to play off of. And your own shield as well. Right? Like, use those to your advantage. Okay, you're gonna get coalescence to death. That feels bad. And your Ana's 1 HP and has no healing. Wait, she's gonna live. Holy shit, you're gonna hold! It's big! It's winnable. This is a winnable game. This is literally the shittiest team comp, but your Ana clutches it out. So yeah, don't face tank with your back. If you're gonna play double shield tank, you might as well use that Orisa shield for all it's worth before you use your own shield. But now I would definitely be thinking about how am I going to use this Shatter, because if you can get a nice Shatter off, it's big. Be afraid of that Zarya having grab and also of their D.Va having bomb, because I think they're going to look to combo that. Or maybe I'm expecting too much, but I would want to combo that. Nice Fire Strike into the... I want to say nice Fire Strike, but at the same time you walked into him. So, like, you've set yourself up to not be able to miss it, whereas you could have thrown it at him without eating a huge chunk of damage from him. And it looks like you're gonna fall and your whole team is gonna fall as a result, because out came that D.Va bomb. And we're saving Shatter for the next game. Yep. Damn. That was... unfortunate. They got a couple of good picks and were able to capitalize off of it. That's what feels bad. Okay. Hey, we're looking at D.Va now. Okay. So. Oh, you know what I can use? I can use Notepad. Give me your Notepad. Okay. I had to make sure I didn't have any, like, important code in there. Okay. So. Things to think about or work on with Reinhardt. Minor things. One, Fire Strike corners. Or places where people will peek. Because that's how you're going to farm ult really, really quickly as Reinhardt. Two, charge with a purpose, always. And try and go for acute charges. So that's where instead of like charging across the map at someone, you charge on an angle, so you know I'm going to start here and I'm going to pin them on this spot on the wall, rather than I'm going to charge into this blob of people and hopefully catch someone and hopefully slam them against the opposite wall from me. Another thing to think about is don't tank with your back. So again, we talked about it in an earlier VOD, but you can use on PS4, it's R2, gives you free look as Reinhardt, so you can look around and still have your shield facing in a locked direction. And this is also augment your HP via your shield, and augment your shield with cover. And there's a very good guide specifically on this last part by Miro, where he explains how when he shields an area, any area, he tries to shield it in such a way that 75% or less of his shield is actually showing to the enemy. That way, right, his shield is taking the least amount of poke possible, right? But if he needs to recharge his shield or peek and take cover, or stop peeking and take cover, he has cover quickly and closely nearby that he can use, and his teammates also have cover quickly and closely nearby that they can use. Yeah, Miro has a Reinhardt guide. And there's English subs in the closed captions. This is kind of old, like it's based on an older version of Reinhardt. It is from 2017, but like there's a lot of good explanation here from like one of the OG like main tanks in the game. So he's really good. And yes, as Avea pointed out, the ex-Soul Dynasty main tank. I'm not sure who. Neurotic is not like ringing a bell at this exact moment because I'm kind of brain dead. Smile. Also, hi, Chrysanthus. Good to see you. And thank you so much for the well wishes. Anyways, so don't tank with your back. Augment your HP with your shield and your shield with cover. For versus Bastion, your only options are short charge from like an unpredictable place where he can't see you, or flank shatter in cases where if you can't rely on teammates. Otherwise, your only job as Reinhardt, right, is to buy space and time for your teammates. If you don't team rights, wow, I can't think and talk at the same time. Teammates. So otherwise, what you want to do in a fight is you want to take spaces or positions that give your teammates opportunities to kill the Bastion for you. But if you can't rely on them, your only two options are to short charge or to flank shatter. And if all else fails, Diva or Hog. So I think those are the four things I would give you to think about, comrade. Charging from high ground can be viable, but I had to spend hours studying Ryan's trajectory for charging off high ground. Came in very useful against pirate ship. Ooh, big tips from Syrentis in chat. But yeah, charges, the only way you're going to deal with Bastion is if you hit a good charge and you pin him and like don't take 1,000,000 damage in the process of trying to hit him with that pin. And that's why I think Clone Man recommends a short charge, because that way like the amount of time that you're fully exposed in a charge with no shield where people can shoot you or like try and CC you or hurt you or stop you from completing your pin is very, very limited, if that makes sense. We do have a redemption request from Flyin' Hawaiian, who says, I had a question about my VOD. You said when I was on defense, just die as quickly as possible instead of stalling. Is this just for comp, or would you do that in a team play? Because my respawner timer is the same and my team can just wait for me to group up. Can wait for me to group up. Oh, it doesn't just give me the rest of the comment. Yes, that applies in team play. The only time you want to stall is in situations where like you need to burn time off of like the enemy. Like it's a situation where you just need to burn time. But if you're not in a situation where like, hey, I want to just, my only goal here is to just burn as much time as possible, then you want to reset as quickly as possible as you can take a fight. So if your goal is to win, you want to reset. If your goal is to just burn time off the clock so that like you just don't lose, then stall. And that's like both in comp and in like team play. It's way more obvious and way more relevant in team play, but it's a really good optimization in comp as well, because like unfortunately in ranked, like the team that's more coordinated tends to win. Or the team that's more willing to coordinate, I should say, tends to win. Okay. Anyways, that was Comrades Reinhardt VOD completed. Feels good.